Hello SUMC, Rob here, reporting in from one of SUMC Music's satellite offices with some more thoughts and another friendly check-in to continue to hope you're safe and well and to encourage you to stay in touch. This is a story about a quilt. What does that have to do with SUMC Music? Here goes. Last Sunday afternoon, Kristen, Kevin, my mom, and I headed over to Lincoln Sudbury Regional High School to attend the biennial quilt show put on by the Wayside Quilters Guild. So did several other SUMC folks, but that's not what this story is about. On the grounds was Marianne Hatton, who created many quilts for the show and has spent a good deal of time in and amongst the SUMC congregation. But that's not who this story is specifically about, or at least she's not the main character. Completely out of the blue, I bumped into a friend of mine from elementary school, like we were in the same first grade class, but that's not what this story is about either. I enjoy going to the quilt show every other year for lots of reasons, but one of them is it's completely outside my skill set. Visual art has always been of some interest to me, but apart from my 100% belief that I could become a cartoonist, I thought that when I was in the third grade, my prowess with the pen, brush, chisel, or other visual art implements of destruction has been, let's just say, comfortably minimal. So anytime I can get an up-close look at some visual artwork, I carry with me a kind of baseline sense of admiration, an automatic, I can't do that, not too many people can do that, I wonder how they did that kind of sense. And then I try to figure out the answer to that last thought. What kind of time must that have taken? What kind of tools? Training? Instinct? Some spark of the divine? How much midnight oil got burned? Turning that around on myself a bit, very often after Sunday worship, or after a concert with my community band, or after some other musical endeavor has been completed, I get into conversations with people who politely or effusively admire the musical thing that just happened, and then either they say it or I get the sense that they're thinking it, I could never do that, or I have no idea how you did that, or I don't have any idea how a person puts themselves in a place where they're able to do that music stuff. In the case of a choir anthem, pitches, rhythms, volume, individual voices working together, accompanist of the piano or the organ, some guy flapping his arms in front of it all to some effect, but what exactly is he doing and why? So when I hit that quilt show, I took a look at each quilt from far away and had some kind of emotional response. Do I like it? And then a more thoughtful response. Why do I like it? And then a more analytical response to the extent that I have any of the vocabulary for that. What did it take to create that? And then I get closer to the quilt and see the different kinds of fabric that were used, and I see the stitching patterns, anywhere from intricate to ridiculously intricate, and I wonder what kind of thread and what kind of sewing machine and what kind of time and effort and concentration. And I think I need to sit down with a quilter one day to get the answers to all these questions, because with no special training or knowledge, I can only imagine what goes into it. I try, but I'd like to pull back the curtain. Not that I think that even with that knowledge I could actually do it myself, but I am curious. And now, in the SUMC music world, we have the equivalent of pulling back the curtain on our musical activities. A couple of mechanisms for that, actually. One is, you should never, ever feel shy about asking Kevin or me about how the heck we do the voodoo that we do on a Sunday morning. Fun coffee hour conversations are to be had. And it's fun for me, because I have a weird idea of fun, to see if I can describe the musical process in a way that's meaningful to people. It's great fun when someone looks at me in a way that says, "Oh, I get it now." That's maybe the best part of being a teacher. Or you could drop by church on a Thursday night around 7:15 and spend half an hour in our little singing school. We're pulling back the curtain on things like how to use your singing voice well, because everybody's got one looking at you, and how to read music, and that whole do-re-mi thing and what it means. And we're doing it in such a way that, so far, anywhere from 10 to 15 people a week walk out of the choir room feeling like they know a little more than they did when they came in, and ain't that the point? And some of them think that maybe they'll hang around for choir rehearsal afterward. It's not required, but it's one of the happy outcomes that we hope our singing school can maybe generate. And at the very least, it may help people to sit in the pews on a Sunday and listen to the choir or gospel group do its thing and not be utterly mystified about the magic we're making up there. Thursday nights, 7:15 to 7:45. No charge, no pressure, no final exam, just learning. And we've discovered that one characteristic of SUMC people is we really do love to learn stuff. Anyway, please check back here every Friday afternoon if you like for more video hellos here on SUMC's Facebook page or on the SUMC YouTube channel, Sudbury United Methodist Church 2501. My email address will appear here momentarily. Please feel free to use it anytime for any reason. And as always, if you need to get in touch with any church staff people for any reason, please do. during normal business hours, of course, because no matter how, no matter what, doing the work of the church together is the big thing. Keep in touch, keep the faith, stay connected.